Hello and welcome to A Cup of Tea with Magicowl Me. I hope you've had the kettle on. Make yourself nice and comfy. Let's sit in for a chat. And what shall we chat about today? Well, I was driving the other day and I started thinking about people, which is always quite dangerous because I must admit I'm not always a fan of people, certainly not people en masse. Anyway, I was thinking about how we live very much nowadays in our own little bubbles. And I don't think we used to live like that. Before the internet and things, we used to live far more in our communities where we actually lived in real life, real people. And when you live in amongst a whole load of different people, you automatically come across every day people with different backgrounds, different political views, different religious views, different shapes and sizes and all sorts of appearances and opinions, and you just all get on. But since the internet has really kind of taken off and social media has become such a massive thing, I think we end up sort of gravitating towards people that are more like us. Now, I'm all for that whole find your tribe thing because I think that as humans, we love to feel like we belong. So by finding other people that have the same interests as you or the same morals or ethics or anything, then that can be really appealing and feel safe and welcoming. But it also comes at a slight cost because it means this is where this whole bubble thing comes into. It means that we surround ourselves so much with people that think the same as us that we are in danger of, when we then come across anyone that doesn't fit that mould, of thinking that they are wrong or fearing them or just basically having a negative opinion on them. So, for example, let me have a sip. I have never, ever in my entire life been one of those kind of people that get their nails done, have long nails, manicured and everything, perfect makeup. I mean, look, I didn't even brush my hair, for goodness sake. Like, I just literally, this is what I am. I can't be bothered to waste time trying to make myself look kind of different to how I do look. Now, I'm not saying that people who do that are wrong. I admire that commitment, that amount of effort and time, but that's something that's important to them. I would far rather spend that time looking at a sunrise or reading a book or having a cup of tea and a chat. So it doesn't mean any of that's wrong. It's just that it's different. Now, you also get like sporty people. Again, you don't get to be my shape by being a sporty person. So you can just tell, looking at me, I am not sporty. And they fascinate me. They are a whole other kind of breed of type of person. You know, someone who will get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go for a run, even when it's raining, or who goes to the gym and actually enjoys it and doesn't find it incredibly tedious and intimidating and just, it's too boring for me. The only thing I've ever done at 5 a.m. is either go on holiday or get up. I have been known to get up and watch the sunrise. But to them, that would maybe seem completely ridiculous. You get people who would think spending £40 on crystals is completely ridiculous. But they might like to spend £40 on a football ticket, which would be, in my opinion, would be ridiculous for me. Sorry, I've got a bit of hair that keeps getting in my eye. Oh, and I'm also very, very tired because at the moment I am playing in a show all week. I am in Me and My Girl in Bridgewater in the Macmillan Theatre. If you're local, you could come along, although we've only got tonight and then 2 more performances tomorrow. And I am playing the violin. I'm in the pit. which again may seem like the most weird, ridiculous thing to someone else. It's like, why would you want to go and sit in a pit in the dark and you kind of can't even really see what's going on stage, so you can hear what's going on stage, and then ever so often you'll pick up your violin and play while they sing a song, and then you go back down and you have to sit there quietly in the dark, sometimes pulling faces at the other people in the band or looking up at people in the audience. And you do that every night for an entire week. So yes, that is ridiculous. But yeah, it just means I'm really tired, but my brain isn't working and I can't really kind of concentrate. So yes, just this week alone, I watched a video of a lad who can only be described as a 20-something manosphere idiot. And he was going on about how all women should have their nails done, should wear makeup, should wear certain clothes, should dress up, should be a certain way. And he was really angry about it. It was just like, oh, bless him. Like, why does it bother him that much? Why is it that, like, I mean, he was really vicious about it. I then watched, within 10 minutes, I saw another video. I'm really getting concerned about my algorithm. But I saw another video pop up by another bloke, very, very similar. But he was saying that he hates women who wear anything false and who wear makeup or dye their hair or look exactly the way that this first guy had just described. And he was saying, oh, all women should just be completely natural. And it was just like, well, make your minds up, lads. And we're just as bad. Again, I saw a woman, a young girl who is blessed with looking beautiful and has a gorgeous figure. And then she was just basically saying, oh, you should act your size instead of your age or something, and your weight, ridiculous like that. And that you're basically nothing. You're not even worth spitting on or crossing the road to piss on if you're on fire if you are fat or overweight. What? Like, I'm sorry, but look, I can't even speak because it's just so ridiculous. Like, these little children, like, have just, like, talking of little children, I was teaching a year 2 pupil, a girl, and she commented on my hair. She goes, why have you got short hair? Because all girls should have long hair and all boys should have short hair. And now you've cut your hair short, you look like a boy. So, needless to say, her piano lesson actually took a little bit of a tangent, and we talked about stereotypes and how, in fact, the more someone tells me I should look a certain way or I should act a certain way or I should be a certain way, makes me guaranteed to go running as far in the opposite direction as I possibly can. Because who the hell gets to tell someone else what they look like, what they should be like, what they should believe? So as long as your beliefs don't harm people, I mean, again, we're like taking a look at a lot of famous people at the moment and Hollywood and that whole toxicness, and anything that harms anyone else, that is a big no-no. But if you're just like staying in your own little lane, in your own little bubble, in your own little world, not doing anything to hurt anyone else, then who cares what you look like? Who cares what you spend your money on or what you find interesting? But going back to the little bubbles, when we kind of focus only with people that have exactly the same interests as us, while it can be very comforting and very cozy and feel safe, we are very much in danger of forgetting that there are other people out there who are equally as important and have equally as valid opinions as us, and certainly don't deserve our anger or hatred. Even the guys who I find ridiculously stupid because they're telling everyone so angrily that they must look a certain way. I don't actually hate them. I pity them, if anything, because they're just insecure and angry, and that's never going to be good for anyone. That will, if they're talking about like trying to be healthy but they have that kind of attitude, they're not going to be healthy in the long run, because that sort of shit will eat you up from the inside out. So honestly, all these little skinny bitches or manosphere people that are hating on everyone else, they seriously, if they think that they're being healthy, they seriously need a wake-up call. Just be nice, for goodness sake. Anyway, that is rant over for the day. What have you all been up to? What kind of tea have you got in your cup? I am today on PG Tips made with oat milk. Milk. I can't even speak. I told you it's been a long day, long week. I am quite, well, I am looking forward to this week being over because I'm tired, but I'm also loving it. I do really enjoy playing in the shows. So tell me something about you. Tell me an opinion you have that might be different to something that I would do. Tell me something that you like to spend your money on that not many other people might do, or what you like to look like or listen to, or any of that. And actually, let's just open that dialogue to being different and embracing those differences, because the world really would be so dull if we were all exactly the same. And it's such a cliche. So many people have said it before. So why we're still kind of harping on about this, like, I'm right, you're wrong. She's ugly, she's fat, she's thin, Enough. Enough, children. Enough. And on that note, thank you very much. I will see you again next Friday. And I hope you have a great weekend and a fantastic week. Bye.